Hello. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Well, this is actually going to be a really low-key performance, so just calm down. So the reviewers wanted me to explain a bit more, give more background, so I'm going to do that for first part of this performance, be a bit of a performance lecture about this practice of Carnatic music. So I have been taking some lessons with B.C. Manjunath, who, as Alicia says, is a Mridangam artist. And I just thought I'd give an example of a simple exercise, a basic exercise to get an idea what it's about from an actual konnakol artist. So here you see some syllables, ta, then a gap, takadimi, ta, takadimi, ta, takadimi, tarakita, tarakita. So that is the basic pattern, but then they do lots of, in this example, they do lots of like transformations through this. This is an algorithmic music practice, but one that's thousands of years old, so super inspiring. Let's have a listen to B.C. Manjunath and Skanda.
1, 2, 3.
I won't play the whole thing, but it's, yeah. So check out B.C. Manjunath's channel for loads of stuff about this. So yeah, let's think through what a pattern like this might look like in Strudel. So I've been inspired by this. I've been like adding more functions to Strudel, so I'll show a couple of them. So let's start with a sound. Udu. Oh, there's some examples. Hey? I can't hear. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Oh, dear. Okay, so that's ruined this performance. But yeah. So that's the crow. I'm going to set the CPS quite low. Yeah. And what I can do is, actually I'll add the tala first. So let's do some clapping. So this is the adi tala. So it's like 8 steps, that's nice and familiar. Oh, that's 7. Yeah, I'll add some kicks here just to orientate us. Yeah, so what you do is you clap, and then with the kicks, you count with starting with your little finger. So clap, 2, 3, 4, clap, wave, clap, wave. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Wow. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. So what I'm going to try and do is put a 7 on top of this. 7. No, hang on. I'm going to have to... Let me start again. Okay, right. So 7. 7. 7. Oh, hang on. I think maybe a bit faster. Let me do it in Strudel, it's easier. I'll expand it by 7 and set it to... Actually, I'll just show you the so there'll be 4 beats per step in this one. So this is each aksara of the tala. So if I set the pace of this to 32... Yeah, you get the idea. I might have to filter this slightly. No, that makes it worse. All right, sorry. Right, so 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Right, so it doesn't fit the tala very well. So what I'm going to do is add a 6 as well. So if I do 7 and then 6. It's still not fitting very well. It doesn't fit the tala perfectly. So if you go 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6. It would be a very long time, because it's like a prime number, 7 plus 6, 13. It would be a very long time until it aligns up with the underlying tala. So I'm going to add some more. So this is like an algorithm where I'm just subtracting 1 each time. So maybe that'll be better. Not quite. So in Carnatic music, you often repeat things at the end 3 times. So let's try that. 7, 6, 5. Well, hang on. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1. No. So that was actually 30 beats in total. So I've got 2 left. So what I'll do is add 3 again, because it's nice to keep to 3s, but with 2/3 of a beat each time. So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, ta 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 ta. Yes. So that's one level of complexity on top of another. We've got the tala and this thing shrinking on top of it, and as it goes, as it shrinks, it creates all these syncopations relative to the tala. So you have this figure and ground. But what we can also do is add longer phrases. So in konnakol, there's these syllable groups which have different lengths, like takadimi is 4, tadiginatom is 5, 3 would be takita, 2 would be taka, ta would be 1. We can go for, we've just done one, a phrase group of 1, except I was using numbers, but now I'll switch to trying to use the syllables. So I'll use ta and ka for 0 and 1. So I'm going to try and say both syllables with a kind of duration of 7. So 6, 6, 5, 5. Right, let's try. So 7. Oh, hang on. Ta, ka, sit. Ta, ka, ta, ka, ta. It's really hard when there's people in front of you. Yeah, if you turn the other way. Ta, ka, ta, ka, ta, ka, ta, ka, ta, ka, ta, ka, taka, 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 ta. Yes. Yeah, so that was actually 2 cycles, but it still fit those 2 cycles perfectly, which you'd kind of expect, because I've just doubled everything. So quickly, I'll try tadagina tom. Ta, di, gi, na, 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 tom. Ta. Right. How long have I got now? Oh. Find out. Oh, that's good. Good. Right. So I'll show another example. So that was kind of contracting. There's also something called a yati, where instead of contracting the syllables, you're kind of using shorter or longer groups of syllables. What was I going to do? Let's try using this one. So yeah, let's think about, so I'll just number out the phrases again. So tadagina tom, just as numbers. Takadina, takita. I could write a function to do this, but it's nice to see it written out, I think. After each one, I'll add an extra syllable with a gap, so I'll call that dim to give it a bit more structure, and add one of those at the end as well. So if I quickly play those, just concatenate them together. Right. Yeah, that's not fitting because I didn't set the pace to the right speed. So that's nice. I'm going to repeat that 3 times using different function which will actually rotate the whole thing. So it will repeat each syllable group. So instead of going tadagina tom dim, takadina dim, takita dim, takadim, tadim dim, it'll be more like tadagina tom dim, tadagina tom dim, tadagina tom dim, takadina dim, takadina dim, takadina dim, so on. So let's try that. I'll do it. I shouldn't get my computer to do everything for me. So, tadagina tom dim, tadagina tom dim, tadagina tom dim, takadina dim, takadina dim, takadina dim, takita dim, takita dim, takita dim, takadim, 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 tadim, 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 dim, 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 tadagina tom, 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 ta. I forgot to write that last bit. So that actually brought it up to 128 beats, which is a nice number, as you know, and that makes it fit the tala. So that was like just repeating tadagina tom. I think that's probably right. So it's just like this, 3 times, but with a gap in between each group of 3, and then, yeah, so kind of a group of 3 threes, basically, and that's what made it 128 and fit. But this time what I'm going to do is reverse this middle one, because it's JavaScript, you have to do slice first, take a copy. So this time, it'll be tadaginatom, but then the middle one will go up from the bottom. So it'd be tadaginatom dim, dim, tadaginatom dim, takadina dim, tadim, takadima dim. So it's like it's bouncing up and down, meeting in the middle. So tadagina tom dim, dim, tadagina tom dim, takadina dim, tadim, takadina dim, takita dim, takadim, takita dim, takadim, takita dim, takadim, tadim, takadina dim, tadim, dim, tadagina tom dim, dim, tadagina tom, 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 ta. Good. So the nice thing about this is you don't have to memorize it. You just run the numbers in your head. It's very kind of straightforward for me. I'm just like counting down or counting up. But maybe for you, you feel the syncopations and things in a different way. So what I'm going to do now is just do a quick jam with the functions that I've made inspired by this. Kind of inspired by this kind of embodied approach to algorithmic music, where everything kind of fits in your memory. It's all based on oral culture, where you kind of internalize the rhythms, you feel them. When you're performing them, you're kind of thinking, sort of focusing on the rhythm, sometimes focusing on the tala, sometimes trying to focus on both. I'm like completely naive about this actual practice, like spiritual background, and I've never been to India. But the process of learning it, embodying it, I feel has helped me connect with it, at least the rhythmic aspect of this music, a little bit. I mean, it is kind of cultural appropriation, but I think as long as you kind of understand that and recognize it, sort of, then once you name it as cultural appropriation, you can kind of, that takes some of its power away, and you can kind of look for ways of collaborating and engaging with it in a kind of, in a way that promotes justice rather than kind of just extracts. So that's what I'm going to try and do now. So yeah, let's just blank slate, why not? Okay, what should I start with? Oh, no, I won't ask you, God. No, that'll come, don't worry. Right, maybe I'll have to remind myself what I've got loaded. Thumb piano sounds nice, doesn't it? Yeah, let's go with that. Alert sound. Okay.
complex for the sake of being complex. You know, how does complexity or complicated? I know complex and complicate is totally different. So complex is something that, let us say, you make paella, right, in a Spanish dish, which has a lot of elements in it. It is complicated for a person who wants to understand what it is, but it is built over many simple things. If there are a lot of simple things which is imbibed into each other, that becomes complex, right? So you cannot become complex just for becoming the sake of it, right? So you have to get bored by doing a lot of simple things. That makes you just go, just like playing video game, you know. You play level 1, you're bored, you go to level 2. So you're getting complex in that. The same way, you cannot force complexity. If you understand that you're trying to make something complex, then that is really a failure of a musician. The complexity should be for others, but for me it should be simple.
Bad cone only.